Hello everyone! Today I would like to show you how you can easily create an animated background in Procreate. Starting with step 1, you need to duplicate your original drawing like a million times. It is very important that you only duplicate your original drawing in order to achieve a nice, soft animated background. Please keep in mind that your lowest layer is also your first frame to your animation. Going on with step 2, you need to activate your animation assist. For this, you simply click the settings button in the top left corner and activate your animation assist. Step 3. Now we can finally start creating our movements. For this, it's important to know that our layers represent our frames. And the more frames we have, the smoother your animation will be. That means we have to draw every single movement into the layers. The animation assistant then lines up those layers and makes them into frames, creating an animation. So basically what I'm doing is I am drawing every single movement of this neon light in the background into every single layer. Like I already said, the more frames / the more layers, the smoother your animation will be. So don't be afraid to do a lot of layers. I ended up making like about 80. So I am basically recreating the step until it gets a little bit more tricky. And that's what this tutorial is for. This tutorial is for background animation. What I showed you until now was basically just normal animation, but we want to achieve an animation in the background, behind an object or a character or whatever. And as you can see here, I can basically draw over my characters, which is what we don't want. So here's a little trick to avoid making the background animation over your static character. As you can see here, this would be my next layer I would draw on. However, this would be the layer I would draw over one of the characters. So I am creating a normal empty layer under the layer I want to draw on. And on this empty layer, I am drawing my next movement. So what I'm going to do now is, I am going to combine the empty layer I just drew my next movement on and the layer above. Recreating that step. This is the layer I would want my next movement to be on. However, I would draw over the character. So I am creating an empty layer beneath the layer I want to draw on. I'm going to draw the movement on the empty layer and combine the empty layer and the layer above it. And again, this is the layer I want to draw next. I'm going to create an empty layer under it. I'm drawing my next movement on the empty layer and combine it with the layer above. And now you can see the reason why I drew the movement on a layer below my actual drawing. My original drawing is on top of the empty layer we just drew the movement on, meaning the neon light is in the background. Even if we now combine both of those layers together, the structure will still be the same. My drawing will be in the foreground and the neon light will be in the background. And this is how you easily create a background animation without actually destroying your objects or characters in front of it. Maybe you've noticed that I also started duplicating layers again because I just noticed I don't have enough, and I can tell you I duplicated a lot more layers of my original drawing. Basically, you just duplicate as many of your original drawings as you can. This was finally my last layer I had to draw and combine, and now it's basically done. for is basically just adjusting your desired animation settings. I like to use the ping pong on those kind of background animations. You can also do a lot more settings, like how many frames per second you want to have. The higher the number, the smoother and quicker your animation will be. The lower the number, the slower and harsher your animation will be. Now, step 5 is a bit more of an individual step. You can of course add details like I did here. Whenever the neon light in the background hit one of my characters, I added like a shine to the eyes. I ended up doing like 5 to 6 frames per character where I added the shine. That's it with the tutorial. I hope I could help. Feel free to leave any open questions in the comments down below. I would appreciate a like and subscribe. Have a great day, stay safe, stay healthy. Goodbye.